Yo, I got one. Thoughts on Brown tonight? Who, Marquis Brown? I like Marquis Brown. Go ahead and ask your question. Yo, what up, Landy? What up? What up? What's up, people? How's it going? Who's ready for some Thursday night football? Go ahead, answering your fantasy football question. Get it. I mean, thoughts on AJ Brown? I mean, I like him tonight. Sure. Or Marquise Brown. I like him a lot. Bateman or Darrell Williams? I would go with Darrell Williams. Give me Darrell Williams. Should I start or should I trade Pittman and Mike Davis for James Robinson and Corey Davis? My starting wide receivers are, yeah, I mean, I would definitely do that trade. If I'm getting James Robinson at start rest this week, it depends on who your other options are. Love the content. Traded Chris Carson and Terry McLaurin for Kelsey. Thoughts? I think that's decent, especially if you need a tight end. It's all right. And appreciate the love. Do I start Freeman tonight or wait and see about Ingram playing for Kamara? I would just play Freeman tonight. I'll just fire up Freeman. RB depth, wide receiver, Hollywood Brown, Mike Williams for wide receivers. Running backs are Hunt, Elijah Mitchell. RB trade one for a wide receiver. No, I would just leave it as is. I think it's fine. Knox or Kittle? Dalvin Cook or Najee Harris? Or I would go with Dalvin Cook. Yo, I traded CD for Julio. W or L? CD for Julio. Oh, I'd rather have CD. Unless you got CD, then that's a big W. Woods or CD? CD. Trade Diggs for Najee? I would want Najee, yes. Woods or CD? CD. Dalvin or Najee? Dalvin. DJ Moore back as starter with Cam back? I mean, I think I would still fire him up every single week regardless. Also Kyler or Wentz this week. I would go with Kyler. Henderson or CD at flex. I would go with I gotta double check this. I want to say Henderson. It's probably really close. Let me check my flex rank. Henderson or actually it might be CD. This one's probably really close. It's CD, just a couple spots. Yeah, CD's higher. Which side do you like better? CMC and Dalvin or Saquon and Davonte? I would go with CMC and Deontay. Ozai. Actually, I'd probably go with the Saquon Devontae. Oh, breaking news! I just traded Julio and Jordan Howard for AJ Brown just right now. Oh, that's a beautiful trade. That's a really good trade. Traded Justin Jefferson and David Montgomery for Javonte Williams and AJ Brown. Yeah, I would do that trade. Wilson or Cousins? I would go with Wilson. Judy or Beasley? Judy. Devonta Freeman or Rashod Bateman? Devonta Freeman. Ayuk or Bateman? I would go with Bateman. Jerry Judy or Beasley? Jerry Judy. I would go with Jerry Judy. Start Ayuk or Amari Cooper? Amari Cooper. I'm a little... I don't know what to really make of it. You have Sammy Watkins going to be active tonight. I don't know how much that's going to affect Rashod Bateman. If he's going to take playing time away from him, I don't know how that's going to work out. Flex, Freiermuth, Gage, or Jacoby? I would go with Freiermuth. Who won this trade? We got Pittman and Saquon for AJ Brown and Kadarius Toney. I'd rather have Pittman and Saquon side personally. Amari and Sutton. I mean, I think it's pretty close with that trade, but I'd probably rather have the Saquon. Amari and Sutton for McLaurin and Ayuk. Amari and Sutton for McLaurin and Ayuk. I'd go with... I feel like it's pretty even trade. I'd probably take the McLaurin side. Damian Harris or J.D. McKissick. I would go Damian Harris. Kamara for Taylor. I would want Taylor. Yeah. Devontae or Judy? Judy. Also, real quick, if you haven't already, do me a big favor. Smash that like button. Also, subscribe to the channel if you're over on YouTube. And if you're over on TikTok, come on over to YouTube. Better question of getting your questions answered. A better chance of getting your questions answered. There's over 100 people in the TikTok chat right now. Over on YouTube, there's only 16. So, much better chance of getting your question answered. All you got to do is click on my profile, go to my link tree. My link tree will take you over to my YouTube channel. Come on over. Also, make sure you hit that follow button over there as well. Really appreciate it. All right. Man, always this spam in here. All right. So got some questions in. So I have Goddard and Schultz. Should I pick up Fant? No, I wouldn't. Do I pick up Cam Newton, work 11 by for Stafford? I mean, I guess there's nobody better. Michael Carter, Elijah Mitchell. I would go with Elijah Mitchell. How do you view Ayuk for the rest of the season? He's definitely trending in the right direction, but I'm still a little hesitant on him. Bateman, Hilton, or Patrick? I would go with Bateman. Are McNichols and AP worth holding on to? Yeah, I would hold on. I'd rather have McNichols. Michael Carter or Gaskin? I would go with if it's full point PPR, Michael Carter. Otherwise, Gaskin. I have Goddard and Schultz. Should I pick up Fant? No. Josh Allen or Tom Brady? Tom Brady, Russ or Wentz? It's really close. I have Russ just a little bit higher. Wilson or Wentz? Once again, DJ Moore or Mike Williams? DJ Moore. Cordell and Pittman for McLaurin and Bills defense? No, I'd rather have the Cordell and Pittman for sure. DK or Mike Williams? I would go with DK. Pick defense: Cardinals versus Panthers or Colts versus Jags? I would go with the Cardinals. Trade Kamara for DK and Montgomery? Yeah, I would do that. Dalvin Cook or Najee Harris? Dalvin Cook. I got an offer for Dalvin Cook and Hollywood. Traded Kamara and Hopkins. Dalvin Cook. I traded Kamara. Yeah, I think that's a solid trade. Is dropping David Johnson for Cam worth it if you need a backup? Yeah, I think that's good, Ozai. Yeah, I would do that. Should I trade Dalvin Cook for Deontay and Javonte? Yeah, I probably no, I wouldn't do that. No. DK or James Robinson? I would go with DK. Just stopping by. What's up? Yo, what up? What up? What up? Devonte Smith or Ayuk? Devonte Smith. DK or James Robinson? DK. Should I trade? No, I already got that one. Who won this trade? D-Hop and Gibson for Pittman and Saquon. Pittman and Saquon side, definitely. And real quick, if you haven't already, do me a big favor. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're on YouTube. And if you're over on TikTok, once again, if you're over on TikTok, come on over to YouTube. It's not as busy. Get your questions answered. Only 30 people over here. There's over 80 over there. So you have a much better chance of getting your questions answered over here. All you got to do is click on my profile, go to my link tree. My link tree will take you over to my YouTube channel. And if you're on YouTube, you want to get your questions answered 100%. Believe me, trying to answer as many questions as I can. Best way to do it is sign up to be a member. All you got to do is use membership, and then you can sign up being a member. The number one thing that you get when you sign up to be a member, you get priority in chat. Also, super chats are available. All right, let's get back to it. Mahomes or Card? Mahomes. How does Cam Newton affect the skills player? I think it helps him, honestly, rather than having PJ Walker 100%. Do you think Derrick Henry will be back, or can I drop him? No, I think you can drop him. I don't think he's going to be back. Thielen or Darrell Henderson? Darrell Henderson. Bateman or Ayuk? I would go with Bateman. DK and Pitts for Davonte and Fant. Who wins? DK and Pitts side for sure. Patterson and Debo for Kamara. I'd rather have the Patterson and Debo side. Tyler Bass or Justin Tucker. Justin Tucker for me. DK or Jefferson Dynasty. For Dynasty, I'd rather go with DK. It's really close between both those guys, but I'd probably go with DK just because he's attached to the better quarterback. Beasley, Donovan Peoples-Jones, Bateman, or Kirk start one. I would go with only one of them. I would go with Beasley there. Patterson and Debo for Kamara. Yes, I would. Or I would want the Debo Patterson side once again. Gibson or Jordan Howard? I would still go with Gibson. Justin Jefferson or Terry McLaurin? Justin Jefferson. DJ Moore, good flex. Yes. Kirk or Herbert? I would go with Herbert. Tannehill or Jimmy G? Tannehill. Melvin Gordon or Beasley at flex? Melvin Gordon. Is Cam a good pickup? I have my full Cam breakdown. I made a video on it on YouTube. Check that out. Basically, the summary of it, in a one quarterback redraft league, if you don't have one of the top tier quarterbacks, sure, 2 quarterbacks super flex, yes, absolutely, he's a pickup. Hawkinson or Knox? Hawkinson. Bateman or Ayuk? Bateman. Amari or Thielen for the rest of the season? I would go with Amari. Deontay or Jefferson? Jefferson. Should I pick up Newton? I have Tannehill and Heineke. If you're in a one quarterback league, no. I mean, I guess so. What I would do is, honestly, I would drop Heineke and pick up Newton. Yeah. DK and Mark Andrews for Tony, Barkley, Mike Williams. Who wins? I would want the Barkley side. Iron never lies. Man, I was thinking a lot about the Hurts Henderson versus Mahomes trade, but at the end I did not do it. Maybe I can get Gibson for Henderson. Yeah, I think it was a good trade. Iron, I wouldn't have done that. Should I trade Zeke for AJ Brown? Or no. Okay, actually I remember that because that's the dynasty one. Okay, once again, yeah. One side helps you win now, the other side long term. And we got a $5 donation from Drew. Who could I get from trading away Mike Williams, Lockett, and maybe even Amari? I mean, who could you get? I mean, that's really hard. What I would do is just go look for a team that needs a wide receiver and start talking to them. But I mean, those are really good wide receivers that you're trading away, even if you're trading away Amari. Like, I'm definitely aiming for like a top 10 guy. Like I would aim for like a Leonard Fournette. I would try to get like a Darrell Henderson, maybe even a guy that's already had his buy-in, DeAndre Swift. Like somebody like that is what I would be aiming for sure. Should I trade Zeke for AJ Brown? My other running backs are Cordell, Patterson, Gibson. No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. I would keep Zeke. Gibson or Drake? Gibson for me. Do you feel nervous about playing the champ in our fantasy league this week? Nah, I'm never nervous. Elijah Moore or Sutton? I would still go with Sutton there. Montgomery and Beasley for Godwin. Who wins? I would want the Montgomery side personally. CMC and Hopkins for Chubb, James Conner, and Deontay Johnson. CMC and DeAndre Hopkins for Chubb, James Conner, and Deontay. Oof, that's really close. I think it's pretty fair trade both sides, to be honest with you, Michael. I think it's pretty fair. And we got Cade. We got Cade O'Connell with the $5 donation. Yo, shout out to Cade. Thank you. We got Fant or Ertz this weekend. Should I drop Edmonds if I have Monty, Eckler, and J-Rob? No, I wouldn't drop Edmonds. I would hang on to Edmonds, and I would go with Ertz there. Who are you trying to pick up? Like, I would drop Fant over Edmonds and just play Ertz every single week, to be honest with you. That's what I would do. Yo, what up, Uzi? How you doing? Is it time to trade Diggs? I would have tried to trade Diggs weeks ago. Yes. I mean, once again, it's one of those situations where don't trade him away for pennies. Be looking to get somebody decent for him. But I would be definitely sending out trade offers and trying to trade him on his name value. Do you think and we got another $5 donation from Drew. Yo, shout out to Drew. Do you think DJ Moore is worth trading for with the Newton news? Yeah, I would. You're probably going to have, okay, this way you're probably going to have some fantasy managers that think, Cam Newton's back, like just this offense sucks. He's been terrible. I want to try to train him away. But you're also probably going to have some fantasy managers that, do think that he's more of a sell high because of this news and his price going to be a little bit more expensive. If you're trading up to get him, it really depends on who exactly you're sending. Because I think this helps him a little bit, but still, like, I want to put him like a top 10 wide receiver. He'd be more like a high-end wide receiver 2 for me. So I wouldn't be overpaying for him. But I do think that he's a target. Like, he was a target prior to this week for me, just because everybody's down on him right now. So I would be trying to send out trade offers for him, but don't overpay for him. Is it time to trade Debo? No, I might, just because of his health. I think the biggest issue with him right now is his health. Dawson or Arnold or Ertz. If Dawson plays, I would go Dawson. Otherwise, I would go with Arnold. Do I risk sitting Waddle to see if Carson plays? No, I would play Waddle or CEH. No, I would play Waddle. Oh, you have Darrell Williams? Okay, if you have Darrell Williams, yeah, I would just wait. I would go Darrell Williams, yeah. Leo. Is Elijah Mitchell a good start this week? Yes, he is. I like Elijah Mitchell. Should I trade Amari and Thielen for Najee and Jefferson, half-point PPR? Should I trade Kamara and Thielen for Najee and Jefferson? I mean, I probably would do that. Yeah. Deontay Johnson, Keenan, Pittman, Marquis Brown. Which 3 do I start? My gosh, that's really good. Wait, isn't that 3 right there though? You name 3. Oh, no, you named Pittman. I would sit Pittman. Start the others. Aspire Sports, I got cut from my JV team. No. R.I.P. Do you think Knox or Gronk playing this week? Well, no, I would say more this weekend. Unfortunately, I know that's not a good answer, but like, I'm not a medical professional, so I don't work for the team. I would, we'll know We'll have a better idea come Sunday or Saturday. Star one, Julio, Marvin Jones, or AP. I would go with Marvin Jones. Do you think Lamar? How do you think Lamar will do tonight? He'll get over 25 points. Yeah, I think he'll get over 20. I think Lamar's gonna have a really good. Aspire Sports, Myles Gaskin or Javonte Williams. I also have Dearness Johnson. Should I wait for Nick Chubb? Yeah, I would just wait for Nick Chubb's status, because if Nick Chubb plays, then definitely play him. And if he's out, I would definitely play Dearness Johnson over the guys. Dearness, Beasley, or Gordon. I would go with Dearness there. In Dynasty, would you trade Juju for Ayuk? I would want Ayuk, yeah. Kittle or Goddard? Kittle. And real quick, if you haven't already, do me a big favor. Smash that like button. Smash that like button. Also, subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate it. And if you're over on TikTok, come on over to YouTube. It's not as busy. Get your questions answered. All you got to do is click on my profile, go to my link tree. My link tree will take you over to my YouTube channel. So once again, all you got to do is click on my profile, go to my link tree. My link tree will take you over to my YouTube channel. So come on over, get your questions answered. Not as busy. And if you're on YouTube right now, you can see Robert right there. Robert has a green name tag. He also has a little badge next to his name and a little A. He's a member. Okay, he gets priority in chat. So whenever I see him ask a question, I jump to his question. I answer his question. Like Hertz or A-Rod, I would go with Hertz. So he gets his question answered 100% of the time. Sign up to be a member. All you got to do is type in / membership, and it's going to bring up a link. There's different tiers. It's as low as $2.99. You sign up to be a member, and you get your questions answered 100% of the time. Also, super chats are available to get your questions answered 100% of the time as well. All right. Knox or Freiermuth? I would go with, if Knox plays, I would go with Knox. Elijah Mitchell or Hunter Renfrow? Elijah Mitchell. Should I do this trade? I give CMC and Andrews, and I get Waller and Mixon. I would do the Waller and Mixon side, yeah. Should I trade Mike Williams and Josh Jacobs for Justin Jefferson? I would do that, yeah. Thanks, you're welcome, no problem. Justin Jefferson or Darrell Henderson? Darrell Henderson. Pick one. Eno Benjamin, Mike Davis, Tony Pollard, Ty Johnson, Alex Collins this week. I would go with Ty Johnson. Lex. Freeman or Bateman? I would go with Freeman. Dearness Johnson or James Robinson? If James Robinson plays, I would definitely go James Robinson. Otherwise, Dearness is fine. Knox just upgraded to active. Well, then I like him this week. Yes. Kittle or Gesicki? I would go with Kittle. I like Gesicki tonight if Tua's not officially out yet, right? Or is Tua officially out? Have they said anything yet? Does anybody know? Can somebody let me know in chat? Is Tua officially out, or are they testing it? I thought they were testing it in pregame. I don't think he's officially out, right? So I would like Gesicki a lot more if Tua is playing. James Conner or Darrell Henderson? I would go with Darrell Henderson. Thoughts on Devonta Freeman as a flex playing against Miami? I like him as a flex, certainly. James Robinson or Ayuk? James Robinson and Ayuk for Dalvin? I would do that, yeah. Should I trade Dalvin for Debo to get Austin Eckler? Trade Dalvin for Debo to get Austin Eckler? Like, you would trade Debo for Austin Eckler? In full point PPR, I'd probably do that, yeah. I mean, I would do that. Emmanuel Sanders or Javonte Williams? I would go Javonte Williams. He's still questionable. That's what I thought. So he's still questionable. We're not totally sure. Will Stafford and Rodgers play this week? With Rodgers, I don't think we'll know until Saturday. So we have to see. I think Stafford will play. Kittle or Hawkinson? I would go with Kittle. Amari Cooper for D-Hop? I would rather have Amari Cooper. How do you feel about Devonta Smith this week, 10 team? I mean, for me, where do I have him ranked? He's like I would say maybe a top 30 wide receiver this week. It's a tough matchup once again, but last week he produced. I would say, where's he ranked? He's a top 30. He's a borderline top 25 wide receiver. Tua game time decision. Gesicki or Schultz? I would still go Gesicki there. Najee is questionable. Okay, so for players on Saturday or for playing Sunday, I wouldn't look too much into the injury report right now. Like today, yeah, be a little bit concerned, but Friday is going to be the big day. If they didn't practice on Friday or they get in limited practice, well, if they didn't practice on Friday, definitely be concerned. But if they get in limited practice, full practice, absolutely no concern. Renfro or the Bees knees? Should I trade CMC and Cup for Cook, AJ, and JJ? Oof. I don't think I would do that now. Nobody will trade Eckler for a bust wide receiver. Hopkins and Gibson for Eckler, 100% I would do that. Should I start Dearness Johnson over any of the following this week? James Robinson, Aaron Jones, DJ Moore, Amari. I would do it over DJ Moore, yes. I trade a lot of trades due to high trust in my players. Solid. Gaskin, Singletary, Howard. And I would really want to go Singletary if Zach Moss is out, but I would go Gaskin. Kamara or Darrell Henderson if Kamara plays. I would still go Kamara if he plays, depending on the practice and what they say. I'll let you know more on Saturday. What would you rather have? Russ, DK, Henderson, or DK or Dak, CD, and Lockett? Russ, DK. I'd rather have Russ, DK, and Henderson. Actually, no. I'd probably go the other side just because they've had their. No, I would probably go with. No, I go with the other. I would go Dak side just because they've already had their bye weeks. Should I trade Chris Godwin for Michael Pittman? I think it's pretty even trade. I think it's really who you want at that point. I think that's solid. Dearness Johnson or Robbie Woods flex, assuming Chubb is out. If Chubb is out, I would go Dearness. God, Gaskin is such a drip, though. It's like a touchdown or bust. This is true. But I think that tonight they're going to be down. They're going to be playing from behind, so he's going to have more value in PPR leagues. How do we feel about James Conner this week? I mean, he's a top 10 play for me. I declined a lot of trades, my bad. Oh, okay. I mean, like, not veto trades, though. Like, decline trades for you. I mean, a lot of people just offer terrible. What if the buy doesn't affect me? What do you mean? If it doesn't affect you, I mean, then I'd probably go with the other side. I think it's pretty even. I have low ball trades, so I turn the other person down. Yeah, I mean, I feel like everything's low ball. James Conner this week, I think he's really good play. Yo, what's good? What up, Ryan? Start at flex, Deontay or Swift? I would go with Swift. Kirk or Deontay Harris? I would go Kirk. Should I trade Gibson, Moore, and Damian Harris for Javonte, Montgomery, and AJ? Yes, I would do that. Sit Aaron Jones for J-Rob or Connor, or keep Jones in? No, I have him ranked higher than both. Dude, pick two. Start Ayuk, Sutton, Jacoby Myers, and Kenyon Drake. Ayuk, and I would go Sutton. Bateman or Beasley? Beasley for me. And a quick little plug here. If you haven't already, do me a big favor. Hit that like button for me. Really appreciate it. Also, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And if you're over on TikTok, come on over to YouTube. It's not as busy. Get your questions answered. All you got to do is click on my profile, go to my link tree. My link tree will take you over to my YouTube channel. There's only 30 people over here. There's 80 people over there. So much better chance of getting your questions answered over here. Once again, all you got to do is click on my profile, go to my link tree. My link tree will take you over to my YouTube channel. So come on over, get your questions answered. So Mike Williams, a good play this week. I don't like him a whole lot. I think he's a decent play, but it depends on who you go. Here's a good one. Connor Swift in the flex. That is a good one. Who do I have higher? I want to say I might have Connor higher. I do have Connor higher. Now, if it's full point PPR, I would go Swift. But I do have Connor higher. You still going live before the game? Yeah, I'm going to go live here for a little bit longer, and then I'm going to hop off for a little bit, and then I'll go live before the game. Yeah. Should I trade for Jamar Chase or D-Hop? I'd rather have Jamar Chase. Schultz or Knox? I'd rather have I would go with Schultz, or I would go with Knox. That's what I was thinking, but I lost by 1 point and Jones had 5. I'll stick with him though. I'll say as long as Aaron Rodgers is back, I would definitely be starting Jones. But if Aaron Rodgers misses, then I don't want to start him. Freiermuth or Waller? I would go with Waller. Who should I drop? Gaskin, Pollard, or Madison? I would go with Pollard. Should I be worried about playing Lamar? Like against Lamar or playing Lamar? I think Lamar has a really good game tonight. Schultz or Knox? Knox. AJ Brown or Cooper as wide receiver 2? I would go with AJ Brown. Diggs or James Conner at flex? I would go with James Conner. Actually, I would go with Diggs. I got to check my flex ranking, actually. I need to check this. Diggs. He's a couple spots ahead of James Conner. So I would go with James. Or I would go with Diggs. I'm sorry. Diggs. He's a couple spots ahead of James Conner. And we got a $2 donation from Lucius. Appreciate it. Hopefully I pronounce. I'm terrible at pronunciation. All right, so we got a $2 donation. Thank you for the $2 donation. We got Singletary, Sutton, Bateman, or Darrell Williams. All right, so this is what I would do. If I would go with Darrell Williams unless Zach Moss is out. Give me Singletary for sure. So Darrell Williams unless Zach Moss is out, then I would go Singletary. Yeah, against Lamar. I mean, I wouldn't be worried about it. Just one player, but I definitely think he's going to have a good game tonight. And appreciate the $2 donation. Thank you. What happened with Diggs this year? He's wide receiver 3, and now he's like wide receiver 23. Just the target share isn't there that he was seeing last year. I mean, I believe he saw the highest target share last year out of all the wide receivers. And he's just not seeing that. It's more around 23%, I believe, on the season, and just other guys are playing better. Like Emmanuel Sanders has been a big upgrade for this offense compared to Gabe Davis. If Gabe Davis was starting and Emmanuel Sanders wasn't there, I think Diggs would be the same player. James Conner or Cooper? James Conner. Unless that's Cooper Kupp, then definitely Cooper Kupp. Who to pick up if Najee is out? Like running back wise for the Steelers, I would probably go with, if I had to pick a running back on the Steelers that I really don't know who's gonna. I don't know if it's gonna be Benny Snell. I wouldn't really want anybody on that. I guess Benny Snell would kind of be the guy. I gotta look at this. I don't know who exactly, or if it's Kalen Ballage. This is a Steelers fan. I really think that they're gonna go with a committee approach, to be honest with you. Let me see here who I think is going to be it, though. I got to look at this. Who do they actually have on the depth chart? Kalen Ballage. Yeah, so I would say I just feel like they're probably going to go more of a committee approach, but probably Kalen Ballage. I wouldn't really like any of them. And Neil becoming a member. Yo, shout out to Neil in chat. Neil becomes a member, signs up for $2.99. Now he gets his questions answered 100% of the time. So if you want to become a member, sign up to become a member. Use ! membership in chat. You can type that in there. Link will pop up and that'll take you to the membership. Once again, you can see the guys in chat. They get a green name tag. They also have a little badge next to their name. They get their questions answered 100% of the time. The man I'm playing has JT too, so I'm scared. Oof. Once again, there's players here. I remember last night, though, your team was really good from what I remember. Mark Ingram going to poach goal line carries from Kamara. Kamara's my RB1. No, I think Kamara will be okay. What do you think will happen with Dalvin? So I have, real quick, this is just my quick thoughts on it. I made a video on it. Go check out the video. But I don't think anything's going to happen with Dalvin Cook this year. This year, I don't think anything. Thanks for the help all season, my man. No problem. You're welcome. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you out. Michael Carter this week, if it's a full point, depends on who exactly, you would be playing him over. But if it's PPR, I do like him a lot this week. In a tough matchup. It's a really tough matchup. I shouldn't say a lot, but I like him this week. Darrell Henderson or Marquis Brown at flex. I would go with Darrell Henderson. Yeah, Josh Allen, Eckler, Najee. Yeah, I mean, your team's really solid, Ryan. Does Cam boost CMC's value? Honestly, I feel like it would hurt his value a little bit, to be honest with you, because he might poach some of those rushing touchdowns. But as a whole, I just think it's definitely, I think it evens itself out because I think it's just much better for this team than PJ Walker. So, Freiermuth or Dalton Schultz. Drop Madison, AP, Ayuk, or Waddle for Newton. 2-quarterback league. Have Mahomes and Carr at my quarterback. I would just drop AP. AP is going to be a plotter that, maybe you might start him here or there, but he's just going to be a dude that absolutely needs to score a touchdown, or he's going to be. So I would drop him. Bateman or Knox for flex. I would go with Knox. Should I trade Gibson, Mitchell, and Jamar for AJ and Swift? Yeah, I would do that. Start Elijah Moore this week. Depends on who you're starting him over. Lamar or Brady. Lamar's my QB1 this week. Looking to trade Najee or Zeke for a wide receiver 1. Who should I target? If you're trading Najee or Zeke, I mean, I'm looking to get like DK Metcalf. I would say like a AJ Brown. Honestly, like Davante Adams. Like, those two guys are definitely, like, bona fide stud, top 5 potential RB1s. Like, I'm not taking... I'm definitely going... I wouldn't even say DK. I would want DK and somebody else. So I'm definitely going for, like, the top-tier wide receivers of Cooper Kupp, Davante Adams. And we got another membership. We got another member signing up. We got Juan signing up to become a member. W's in chat for Juan as well. There we go. We got 2 members already. Let's go, people. Once again, you want your questions answered 100% of the time, sign up to be a member. As low as $2.99. Just don't go to McDonald's, KFC, that kind of stuff. Just get your questions answered. All you got to do is type in ! membership. All right. Odell to the Rams. Is that for real? Okay, so it just happened. Oof. Ooh. I like that. Ooh, that's pretty good. Man, the Rams really selling out to win the championship this year. Freiermuth or Arnold? I would go with Freiermuth. Beasley or Damian Harris have flex. Beasley has been solid, but the injury and bad matchup with versus Harris with the Titans matchup. I would go Harris as long as he's... Wait, who's Harris? You say bad matchup versus Harris with the Titans matchup? Who exactly is Harris? Damian Harris? Trade question. We got K. Herbert, Kenyon Drake for Kittle and Uzama. I would do that, yeah. I would do that. Thoughts on Gronk? If he plays, I would like it. OBJ to the Rams. This is pretty big news. That's pretty big news. I think this offense is going to be real. Aiden, and we got another member. Aiden, signing up to be a member. Appreciated Aiden signing up to be a member. Now Aiden gets his questions answered 100% of the time. 3 members today. Let's get it. And we break the record. The record, I believe, is 8 members today. We can definitely do it. Sign up to be a member, $2.99. You can't beat that. He better not take targets away from Kupp, I swear. He's definitely going to come in there and he'll command some targets, but Kupp will still be great. Don't worry about it. Rest of the season, Connor or Henderson. I would still go with Henderson just because, you're going to have Chase Edmonds come back at some point. R.I.P. Van Jefferson lost his role so quick. Yes, Van Jefferson, R.I.P. season. Gesicki or Pitts? Gesicki. Guys, I don't think he went to the Rams. Wait, did he really not go to the Rams? It's official. Okay, this is official. This is 100% official. I'm going to double check this. I got to double check this real quick. OBJ expected to be in LA Rams. Okay, so he's expected. Is finalizing a deal. Okay, so finalizing a deal looks pretty certain, but not 100%. Okay, not 100%, but it definitely looks like it's going to happen here. I have both Kupp and OBJ. Should I be worried? No, I wouldn't be worried. This is a high volume offense. Adam Scheffler tweeted. Yeah, that's what he said. The last thing I see, OBJ expected to be an LA Rams. So it looks like it's definitely happening. Should have went to the Packers. I agree. But the Rams definitely have the best shot, I think, of beating Tampa Bay. Waddle or DJ Moore this week, I would go with DJ Moore. I traded Wentz, CMC, and Hollywood for Taylor, Hurts, and Deontay Johnson. I traded Wentz, CMC, and Hollywood for Taylor, Hurts, and Deontay Johnson. I think that's solid. What do you think about DJ Moore and CMC? I think they get a little boost now that Cam is there, definitely. Should have went to the Chiefs. Oh, that would have been a good place, too. OBJ said, nah, I'll take the ring in LA for 6 months. I agree. That's exactly what I was... Like, when he said that he was going to take a couple days to think about it, he was definitely thinking, should I go for money or should I go for a championship? He definitely picked a champion, which, good for him. I definitely would have picked a champion. What is Odell's value on the Rams? I still think that Cooper Kupp's definitely the wide receiver 1 there. But I would say he's like a top 30 wide receiver. I would say like a wide receiver 3. He's going to be solid, but here's the thing with OBJ is that Yeah, he played for the Browns, but also OBJ's had a lot of significant lower body injuries. Like he's kind of that name that everybody likes to say is really good, but it hasn't been quite good for some time. Oh, it's not that he was actually decent last year, but the ACL definitely hurt. I just think his name. I would definitely sell high on OBJ right now. What I would be doing, I would be selling high as I can. Sell high. Is Kittle being back to being Kittle? I mean, he definitely looked like it this past game. Burrow on bye. Need to drop one for Wentz. Julio, Jarrell Williams, McNichols, or Burrow. I would drop McNichols. Who wins this trade? Josh Allen, Diggs, and Davis for Russell Wilson, Dalvin, and I would take the Russell Wilson side easily. With Dalvin. Start 4, we got Evans, Godwin, Marquis Brown, D. Harris, and Ayuk. Evans, Godwin, Marquis Brown, and D. Harris. Cordell Patterson or Keenan Allen? Keenan Allen. Actually, I might have Cordell Patterson actually a little bit higher. Patterson, where's he at? Patterson, Keenan Allen. Yeah, he's higher. I have Cordell Patterson. Whoa, OBJ to the Rams, yes. Thoughts on Gage since Ridley is out? I think he's just going to be kind of a hit or miss. You asked who D. Harris is, my bad. Oh, okay. Do I start over injured? No, I would go with Beasley. That's who I thought you were talking about, but I wasn't totally sure. Who wins this trade? Alvin Kamara or Demont? Ooh, Alvin Kamara for David Montgomery, Patterson, Ridley. I would want the David Montgomery side. Actually, I'd probably go with that side. So is OBJ the wide receiver 3 on the Rams? I feel like he's more the wide receiver 2. I feel like he might be in a situation where he's kind of, I don't know exactly how this is going to work out. It's going to be interesting to see. I definitely think Cooper Kupp is still the wide receiver 1. But I feel like Woods, no, I would say OBJ is going to be the wide receiver. We'll see. We'll have to see how it happens. I think he's a phenomenal talent. I just think he's definitely lost a step, though, with all the injuries. Robert Woods obviously downgraded. I have Jefferson and Godwin, so I should be fine. Yeah. Drake, Freiermuth, Howard, Javonte Williams as flex. Javonte Williams. My team is Stafford, Eckler, Dalvin, Hill, Keenan, Goddard, Swift, Cardinals defense, Deontay on the bench. Where do I upgrade? Full point 10-team PPR. I mean, I don't think anywhere. I think your team's really good. I think Goddard's going to be fine for the rest of the season. Biggest bust of the year? I would say probably Allen Robinson. I feel like Allen Robinson's been a massive bust. Outside of guys getting hurt. Obviously, you can say like CMC because he got hurt, but I don't think that's fair because of an injury. Guy that's played the entire time and hasn't done anything, Allen Robinson. OBJ to the Rams. Rams Super Bowl? Knox or Devonte Smith? I would go with Devonte. Tyler or Dak? Dak. Wait, Kenyon Drake or Javonte Williams? I would go with Javonte Williams. Should I trade Kelsey for Debo and Gesicki? I would do that, yeah. Bateman tonight, or should I wait to see if AB plays? If he doesn't pick someone up, I would go Bateman tonight. I would just roll with Bateman. Would you trade Zeke and OBJ for Monty and Hill? I would do that, yeah. And no. I wouldn't do that. I'd rather have Zeke. Deontay or Keenan this week? I might have Deontay Johnson. Especially if Claypool's going to be out. Give me Deontay Johnson this week. Deontay's probably going to see 30 targets. Bateman or Jerry Jeudy? Jerry Jeudy. And real quick, if you haven't already, do me a big favor. Hit that like button. Really appreciate it. Also, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And if you're over on TikTok, come on over to YouTube. Not as busy. Get your questions answered. All you got to do is click on my profile. Go to my link tree. My link tree will take you over to my YouTube channel. So, once again, click on my profile. Go to my link tree. My link tree will take you over to my YouTube channel. Get your questions answered over on YouTube. And if you're on YouTube right now, as you can see, there's guys in chat right now. They have a green name tag and they have a badge right next to their name as well. Ozai right there. MP, you called it, man. MP called it. OBJ going to the Rams. But Ozai right there gets questions answered 100% of the time. You see guys talking in chat. They have a green name tag. They have a badge next to the name. They get their questions answered 100% of the time. All you got to do is type in ! membership, and it's going to pop up the membership. It's low as $2.99. You sign up to be a member, and you get your questions answered 100% of the time. Also, super chats are available. As you can see, Nico with the $2.79. What would be a good trade value for CMC? I mean, with him healthy, I'm definitely looking at like a top 10 back and a really solid wide receiver as well. Definitely what I'm looking to get from CMC. Have a good night, Robert says, and appreciate you, Nico, with the $2 donation. And have a good one, Robert. Hopefully, if you have guys playing tonight, they do well. Trade Kyler for Lamar. I would want Lamar, yes. We got Debo or Deontay. I would go with Debo. And we got Beats with the $2 donation. Did you have a question as well? I can look up, see if you had a question. There's no question that came. I don't see a question as of right now. But if you do, oh, right there, I see. CMC, Mike Waddle for Aaron Jones, DK, Miles Sanders. I would take the Aaron Jones side. Yeah, I would do that side. And appreciate the $2 donation. And Tom, thoughts on Odell to the Rams? I definitely think it hurts Robert Woods. But I still think that Kupp is going to be fine. I think this is a really good actual real-life football move rather than a fantasy football move. I think it's really good for real-life football for the Rams. In terms of fantasy football, I think he's like a top 30 wide receiver, but it definitely hurts Robert Woods the most here, for sure. I think Cooper Kupp will be just fine. Marvin Jones or Devonte Smith? I would go Devonte Smith. Yo, I messed up on the super chat. Yeah, I think I got your question. Let me know if I answered your question there. Are Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods now worse? I would say Woods. I don't think Cooper Kupp's going to be that much affected now. Who do you like him better in fantasy football in the Titans backfield? If it's standard scoring, I would go with AP. Otherwise, in PPR leagues, I would go with McNick. Myles Gaskin and a B for Montgomery and Gallup. I would do that trade, yeah. Trade D-Hop plus OBJ for Justin Jefferson. I guess so, yeah. When you get in the order that OBJ jersey now? Never. When are you going to order? I know that you loved him when he was in New York. The Cowboys could never stop him. Wasn't that iconic catch versus the Cowboys? Pittman or Evans? Evans. Do you think I would be able to start both OBJ and Kupp? I have them both. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what exactly his role is on the offense, what his targets are, but yeah, I think that's okay for now. Trade Debo for Montgomery. I'd rather have Debo. Is Cooper Kupp affected by the OBJ signing? No, I don't think so. Not a whole lot, no. Cooper Kupp plays more in the slot, so I don't think it's going to be that affected. Godwin, Deontay Johnson, or Darrell Henderson in order for PPR. I would go with, in order, I would go with Darrell Henderson, Deontay Johnson, Godwin. And we got Nico with the $2.79 donation. We got the $2.79. Should I trade Mike Davis? I mean, I definitely would. I don't think there's a whole lot of value there, but I definitely would try to trade him, yes. And appreciate the donation. Then we got a $2 donation from Hayden. Appreciate the $2 donation. Trade Corey Davis and Davonte or D-Hop and Tony. Is that Devonta Smith, I'm assuming? Yeah, I would just want, the guy that I would want the most is D-Hop. So yeah, I would do that trade. Will Freeman get 10 to 15 touches tonight, or 10 to 15 points? I think if he scores a touchdown easily. I think he'll be right around 10 if he doesn't score a touchdown. Yeah. Pick 3, Gaskin, Robinson, Damian Harris, Mitchell. Gaskin, Robinson, and Mitchell. And we got another. Come on, bruh. What? All right. Debo or Marquis Brown? I would go with Debo. Should I pick up Dearness Johnson? No, actually, I would go with Marquis Brown there. I would go with Marquis Brown. Should I pick up Dearness Johnson, the fill-in for Nick Chubb, or play Michael Carter? I would go with Dearness Johnson if Nick Chubb is out. Trade Deontay Johnson and Dawson Knox for Tyreek Hill. No, I wouldn't. With Cam, would you say that DJ Moore value boost? I would say a little bit, yeah. I would say a little bit, definitely. Especially with PJ Walker being the quarterback. Like, I definitely think that he gets a little boost, yes. Russ or Wentz? I would go with Russ or Wentz. Russ or Wentz. I have Russ higher. It's really close between those two. Carson or Dearness? If Chubb is out, I would go with Dearness. If Chubb is out. And real quick, once again, if you haven't already, do me a big favor, hit that like button. We're at 26 likes. Let's get up to 30 likes. 30 likes. All we need is 4 more likes. Get up to 30 likes. Also, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Really appreciate it. And if you're over on TikTok, come on over to YouTube. Get your questions answered. All you got to do is click on my profile, go to my link tree. My link tree will take you over to my YouTube channel. So profile, link tree in the description, YouTube channel. And if you're on YouTube right now, and you want your questions answered, believe me, I'm trying to answer every single question. But you can see Ryan right there. He has a green name tag. Also, he has a little icon next to his name, a little badge. He gets priority in chat. Members get priority in chat. All you got to do is click on type in !membership. You're gonna have a link pop up. You can sign up to be a member. It's as low as $2.99. You sign up to be a member, get your questions answered 100% of the time. Also, super chats are available to get your questions answered. Would you trade Cooper or Thielen for Swift or Elijah Mitchell? My running backs are Chubb, Carter, and Sanders. I would trade either or for Swift. I would do both of those trades. I would want Swift or Elijah Mitchell. I'd want Swift more, but I think both of them are good, Kelly. Keenan Allen out yesterday. I know you don't say don't worry about it, but do you think it was just a precautionary? Yeah, I think so. I wouldn't worry about it. I wouldn't worry about anybody that missed practice yesterday that plays on Sunday. I wouldn't be worrying about it. Would you trade Cooper and Thielen for Swift or Elijah Mitchell, my running backs? Yes, I would do either one of those. Either one of them. I would want Swift the most, and I would do Thielen for Swift or Cooper. I think, honestly, they're both pretty solid deals, either or. Myles Gaskin and AB for Montgomery and Gallup. I would do that, yeah. Start Devonte Smith or Sutton. Devonte Smith. Bateman tonight or Beasley. I got to double check that. That's probably really close. Wide receiver rankings. Bateman or Beasley. Beasley's one spot higher than Bateman. So, CD, Keenan Allen. I'd rather CD. Unless it's full point PPR, then Keenan Allen. McKissick or Emmanuel Sanders. I would go with McKissick. Carson or Dearness Johnson. Dearness Johnson if Chubb does not play. Bateman tonight or Beasley. Gaskin, Landry, Beasley, pick one. I would go with Gaskin. And we got Keller with the $2 donation. Yo, shout out to Keller. Thank you for the $2 donation. And it's Henry or Fant. And I would go with Henry. Thank you for the $2 donation. Just like Kyler Murray, Kamara, Freeman, Thielen, Debo, Sutton, Kittle, Sutton, Lockett. What should I do, please? What do you mean? What should you do? I think the team looks okay. Should I sell with Dalvin Cook? No, I wouldn't. I would hold. I would be buying low into Dalvin Cook right now. Should I start Devonta Smith or Julio Jones? Devonta Smith. If CEH plays, do I start him over Elijah Mitchell? No, I wouldn't. I would start Elijah Mitchell. Trade Adam Thielen for James Robinson? I would do that, yeah, if I'm getting James Robinson. Should I start Devonta Smith or Julio Jones? Devonta Smith. Logan or Henry? I would go with Henry. Should I trade Waddle and James Robinson for DK and McKissick? Waddle and James Robinson for DK and McKissick? Nah. That's really close. I probably wouldn't do it. I like running backs more, so I like Robinson over DK. It's really close, though. I think it's a pretty fair trade, to be honest with you. Pick two for this week. We got Myles Gaskin, Darrell Williams, and Rashod Bateman. I would go with Myles Gaskin and Darrell Williams. So I'm in full point PPR, so trade Lamb for Keenan Allen. In full point PPR, I think that's decent. I think it's pretty even between both those guys. I mean, they're ranked right next to each other for me heading into the season. So I actually probably had Keenan Allen a little bit higher. So I probably do that trade. Swift or Cordell Patterson? Swift. How does OBJ going to the Rams affect Kupp and Woods? I would say I don't think it affects Woods or Kupp a whole lot. It definitely affects Woods, though. Definitely affects Woods, but I think Cooper Kupp's going to be just fine. And we got a $2 donation from Eric. Yo, appreciate the $2 donation. We got Swift and Diggs for Kamara, DJ Moore, and Gibson. Swift and Diggs for Kamara, DJ Moore, and Gibson. Yeah, I would do that trade. Yeah. I convinced the guy in my league. Cook got suspended. I traded Alexander Madison for Judy. Ooh. Least, huh? Start Noah Fan or Pat Fryermuth. Trade Mixon for Dak. I have Mahomes and Carr. If I'm getting Mixon, I would do that. Yeah. What are some good running backs I could trade Jalen Hurts for? I mean, I would go for I talk about him all the time, but Elijah Mitchell is kind of like what I would be looking for. Guy like who else? Let me look at my running backs real quick. I don't think that you could do it, but James Robinson, Fournette. I don't think that you could. Elijah Mitchell is probably more realistic. Nico with the $2.79 donation again. Appreciate you. CMC for Zeke and Kelsey. I would want the Zeke and Kelsey side 100%. Give me Zeke and Kelsey for CMC. And appreciate the donation once again. Would you trade Swift, Diggs, and Russ for Kelsey, Murray, and Keenan? Swift, Diggs, and Russ for Kelsey, Murray, and Keenan? Oh, that's pretty. I might do that. That's really close, to be honest with you. If you need a tight end, I guess. Otherwise, I would probably stick with Diggs and Swift. But I mean, that's really close. I might do that trade, to be honest with you. That's Kyler Murray, I'm assuming. Is that Kyler Murray? I would do that trade. Yeah. Lamar and who was that? Lamar and Cup for Rodgers, Debo, and Jacobs. Who wins? I'd rather have Lamar and Cup. In a 10-team league, are People Jones and Singletary worth anything? You saw my team already. I think People Jones in a 10-team league, not really. Singletary, yeah. I think so. If Moss is out, I like him a lot this week. And we got Keller with the $2 donation. Again, I have OBJ, Mike Evans, Thielen, Pittman, start 2. I would go with Mike Evans and Pittman there. Appreciate the $2 donation. Thank you. Yes, it's Kyler. Yeah, I would do that trade. If I'm getting the Kyler side, I would do that trade. Pick 3. We got Diggs, Debo, Mike Williams, Dearness Johnson. I would go Diggs, Debo, Mike Williams. Really, yeah, that's who I would go. I got Najee and Eckler, though. I mean, I just think that, well, I get that, but I just think that, for me, I think Singletary has more value than Donovan Peoples-Jones. Waddle or Jacobs and PPR, I would go with Waddle. What can I get for Gibson and D-Hop? I mean, I think that you could get decent amount, a decent player for them. I mean, who exactly? I would just go and, send out offers. It's really hard for me to say who exactly, but just go out and send trade offers. We got another $2 donation. Noctis? From Noctis. Totally butchering your name. I'm sorry, all right? I'm not very good at pronouncing people's names. But thank you for the $2 donation. Deontay or Jefferson for the whole season? I would go Jefferson. I would still go Jefferson. Yeah, honestly, I think it's a lot closer than what people like to say, though. Deontay has been really solid this season, really consistent in your PPR leagues. Has been super consistent. The dude sees a massive amount of targets, and if Claypool is out they said he's week to week right now. Deontay's going to see about 30 targets a game. So I would still say Jefferson, though. It's just a better offense. But it's really close. In full point PPR, I'd rather take Deontay, is what I would do. In full point PPR. Wentz or Russ. This is really close. These guys are right next to each other. I go Russ, but it's really close. Ayuk or Julio? Ayuk. Tyreek Hill or for Zeke? I would want Zeke. Melvin Gordon or Jarrell Williams? I would go with Melvin Gordon. I offered a guy CD, Peoples-Jones, and Singletary for Keenan Allen. Call me stupid, but out on waivers are crazy. They are Fryermuth out there. I mean, I think that's okay. I think it's all right. Jacobs or Waddle for me. If it's PPR, yeah. Gaskin or Johnson from Cleveland this week. I would go with I'd probably just go Gaskin in case Nick Chubb plays, because then I absolutely want no part of Johnson unless you have a backup plan. a decent backup plan for if Chubb does play this week. I would want to play Johnson over Gaskin if Chubb is out. Boston Scott or Devonta Freeman. Start Adam Thielen or Brandon Ayuk. Adam Thielen. Hurts or Russell Wilson. I would go with Hurts. Trade Chubb for Henderson and PPR. I would want Henderson. All right, this feels like a great time for a little plug. If you haven't already, do me a big favor. Hit that like button. We're at 30 likes. We can get up to 40. There's 40 people in here. I know we can get 10 more likes, so hit that like button. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Really appreciate it. Helps grow the channel, so thank you. And if you're over on TikTok, come on over to YouTube. It's not as busy. Get your questions answered. All you got to do is click on my profile, go to my link tree. My link tree will take you over to my YouTube channel. So once again, if you're over on TikTok, come on over to YouTube. All you got to do, once again, click on my profile, go to my link tree. My link tree will take you over to my YouTube channel. So come on over, get your questions answered. Also, make sure you hit that follow button over there as I go live on TikTok. TikTok only live streams throughout the week as well. And if you're on YouTube, quick little plug here. If you want your questions answered 100% of the time, you can see that there's guys in chats. They have a green name tag with a little badge. Sign up to be a member. All you got to do is type in !membership, and it's going to pull up a link. There you can sign up to be a member. It's as low as $2.99. You sign up to be a member, get your questions answered 100% of the time. You can check out my rankings over on Patreon. It's low as $1 over on Patreon. Also, if you sign up to be a member on YouTube, there's one tier. There's different tiers, different things you unlock. But one of the tiers, you get my rankings, and you become a member, so you get your questions answered 100% of the time. All right. Is Devante Freeman playable tonight? Yes, he is. Thoughts on OBJ to the Rams? I should have made a video on this. Should make a video. I should, but dang it. I do think that it's solid. I think that Cooper Kupp's going to be okay. But this is going to hurt Robert Woods. But I think that going forward, he's like a top 30 wide receiver, I would say. Like a top 30. Do you think Lions get their first win this week? No. I'm taking the spread for Pittsburgh. Matt, we got the $2 donation. Trade Eckler and Beasley for Tyreek Hill and Elijah Mitchell. I would take the Elijah Mitchell side, yeah. Tyreek side, I would do that, yeah. And appreciate the $2 donation. Thank you. How does OBJ signing affect Kupp and Woods? So definitely affects Woods in a big way, I think. With Kupp, I don't think it really affects him at all. The Kupp plays in the slot, so he'll be okay. Najee just announced with a foot injury. Be worried he was a limit. No, if he was limited participant, no, I wouldn't be really. Steelers, playing the Steelers ain't no way the Lions winning. Yeah, I don't think the Lions win. Does Woods or Kupp stock drop now? All right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this. I'm going to hop off live stream real quick, and I'm going to make a YouTube video on this. I feel like I need to make a YouTube video. So I'm going to hop off the stream. I'm going to make this YouTube video, just take a quick little break, get something to eat, and then I'm going to come back live. This has been like an hour since I've gone live, so I'm going to hop off. I'm going to make a YouTube video real quick, and then I'll be live in about, like, I would say around 5 o'clock. I'm going to go live again. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also, if you're over on TikTok, hit that follow button, get notified when I go live. So I'll be back, all right? I'll be back, going to make a YouTube video on this real quick.